Hi, my name is Annette, and due to menopause symptoms for nearly 2 years, I suffered severe hot flashes, which prevented me from sleeping all night. It was so hard to work because I continued all day to have the hot flashes from hell. I was exhausted and depleted. After only 3 weeks on One World Whey, I have no hot flashes, and I'm sleeping normally again. I feel energized and strong. This is an amazing product.
All right, this is Stephen Ewer with Cocoon Nutrition. I'm speaking with Willie. Poritz, is it?
Poor and rich put together.
Porridge.
Yes.
Willie's from New York, and he's just shared with me the impressive results that his elderly parents have had since they've been on the One World Whey. His father and mother both being 89 years of age, going on 90. And his father evidently had arthritis pains and I guess not optimal health. And Willie, what happened to your father after he'd been on the One World Whey for a couple of months?
He didn't realize it right away, but after a little while, he came to me and I asked him about how's your arthritis and stuff, and he says, you know what? I just realized it the other day. I really don't have any pain anymore. I don't have any problem with it anymore.
And you said he looked better too, right?
Facial, yes, definitely.
Okay. And then with with your mother, she was experiencing being physically, mentally, emotionally unstable, had been, I guess, taking lithium, and her hair mineral analysis had showed high levels of lithium and toxic levels of mercury, arsenic, and lead, and that it had been, those kind of mineral results in her hair had been seen repeatedly through 5 or 6 tests over the course of 2 years. So ever since she got on the Whey, she's had some improvement that I'd like you to describe, and you said she's also had her hair mineral analysis improved for the first time in 2 years. So share with us what that was.
Well, to be honest with you, the lithium couldn't go any higher in the charts, and we've had a lot of trouble finding something to bring it down into the allowable limits. And the lead, the mercury, the arsenic showed up on the charts, which now they basically don't even show up on the charts. But the lithium, was cut in half right away.
And that was after 2 months on the whey protein.
Yeah, 2.5 months. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And I'm hoping this next time going through it, the lithium will be in a controlled, in an okay area, that they allowable limits.
Right. And then you also mentioned that your mother experienced some improvement in her mental, emotional, and physical stability, correct?
Yes, definitely.
All right. So basically in 2 months, 2.5 months' time, your mother's mental, physical, emotional health improved, and her toxic levels of certain elements came down, and it was verified via hair testing.
And also, things are getting balanced more in everything from the vitamins to, just the mineral content for the balance that's necessary, and everything's getting closer to being balanced. Basically, just from that was one of the only things she was on.
Oh, right. Wow, so that's great. So basically her hair mineral test, overall the mineral pattern improved after 2.5 months, as well as the toxic metals coming down.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's very encouraging for a lot of people, so they can see how all-encompassing and how systemic the effects are of taking One World Whey. Thanks for sharing that.
Yes.
This is Stephen Ewer, and I'm speaking with a customer or client of ours named Steve Thomas that had a very positive experience observing his mother after she started using the vanilla One World Whey protein powder. Steve, please share with us what that experience was.
Okay, I live in Ventura, California. My mom moved out from Colorado Springs, Colorado. She'd had a lot of arthritis problems and knee surgery and stuff. And she came into our business, and she was kind of hobbling around, moving really slowly, all slumped over. And it just occurred to me that I'd been drinking the One World Whey protein with the vanilla flavor. I bought the 5-pound jar. and I've been spiking it with basically raw milk, vitamin D drops, vitamin C, and then eating some nuts or some kind of like heirloom grains to go along with it, so I could get a full mix for the protein hit. So I looked at her and I thought, well, I'll make her a batch. So I made a glass for her, and I gave her all the extras, vitamin D and stuff. And then she drank it, and, you know, it's just like any normal drink. But then about 3 hours later, 4 hours later, I just noticed she was walking around faster. And then I said, hey, do you feel anything from that? And she goes, golly, yeah, you know, and she started walking around going, look, I can move. It doesn't hurt. I can feel the implant in my knee, but everything's fine. And then she was sitting in the chair. We had these stools in the entrance, and she was sitting there kicking her knees and legs out like a little kid and just raving about how good she felt. And, you know, the actual proof was how fast she was moving. She wasn't slumped over anymore. She wasn't limping around, moving slowly. She was actually walking normally, like she was about 10 years younger. I was shocked. So I know for me, after trying to work out and without this protein powder, I just can't get any strength. My joints hurt. I can't get any muscle built up. But since taking this, along with my combination of raw milk and stuff, I have really become much, much stronger. I mean, it's amazing to me how easy it is for me to build muscle now.
Wow. That's you lucky dog. I'm glad you could put it on that easily. Wish I could say the same. That's great. Good to hear. Thanks for sharing that. I appreciate that.
No problem.
The term best of all worlds has been belabored to death, and yet I've just discovered a whey protein powder that truly deserves to be called best of all worlds. Best taste, by far. Best results, by far. You almost feel like you're cheating, that something that tastes that good could be so good for you. Thank you, Stephen and Cocoon Nutrition. One World Whey truly is the best of all worlds. The only way for me. Yours truly, Rich from Georgia. Real user, real happy.
My name is Doug Didero, 50 years old. After being approximately on the One World Whey for 1 week, I had severe detox of metal particles around my eyes that was coming right out through the skin. Also, the One World Whey, I've been able to keep and increase muscle mass on my body without increasing any physical activity. I'm also very, very impressed with all the health benefits that I've received and also my wife has received through taking the One World Whey.
I spoke with Leslie Swan, a customer at Synergistic Nutrition, on January 30th of 2012, and she has a really special experience to share as a result of taking our One World Whey. She had been on Prozac for 20 years, and after 6 to 8 months now that she's been on One World Whey, she's been able to lower her dosages by 50%. It's the lowest amount she's been on in her entire time that she's been on Prozac, and she now knows it's attributable to having a readily available form of cysteine in her diet from taking the One World Whey. And cysteine is a sulfur amino acid needed by the body to enable it to produce the glutathione. And glutathione is playing this vital role in helping her to eliminate and reduce the amount of glutamate in her brain. Based on autopsies done on people with bipolar and depression, it shows that they have high levels of glutamate in their brain. And lowering the glutamate levels in the brain is what is restoring normalcy to one's brain function for people with depression. So One World Whey is playing a very powerful role for her, and she shared this experience of what happened for her with me yesterday on the 30th of January 2012. Here she is.
You know, get better and live. I think she specifically recommended with the One World Whey. I was dealing with what we think was probably, candida. I found out later that I have celiac disease. I was insulin resistant, and I've had severe depression ever since I was a child, severe allergies ever since I was a child. And was just feeling really run down and didn't have any energy. And then, once I did the Silver Aloe protocol and got on the One World Whey, I started improving drastically. Within a month, I was able, or maybe 2 months, I was able to cut my dosage of Prozac in half. and, really didn't understand why until recently, and until I found some research that cysteine and getting glutathione levels up will actually help pull excess glutamate out of the brain and would allow a depressed brain to start functioning normally again, which is just amazing. And the only place in my diet that I know I'm getting cysteine from is the One World Whey. Yeah, I'm so much better. My doctor and I truthfully expect me to come off of the Prozac within the next 6 months to a year, if not sooner, because I'm already starting to experience symptoms and I'm over-medicated again. And this is right now the lowest dose of Prozac I've ever been on, and I'm already showing signs of needing to drop, which is just crazy, especially in the middle of winter. That's not normal for me. Normally I have to go up significantly on dosage in the winter.
And how long have you been on the Whey before you noticed those results?
It was about 2 months.
Okay, so after 2 months, these transformations took place. Okay.
Yeah, I started noticing some minor signs of what we call tardive dyskinesia, which is where you get involuntary muscle spasms, which is generally my clue that the dosage has got to start dropping. I started noticing little ones here and there probably about a month in, and then by the time I got into 2 months, it was like, okay, yeah, I got to drop this.
Drop the dosage of the Prozac, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thanks for sharing that, Leslie. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
Okay.